Hello, my name is Jamie Schroeder, and I will be introducing the Epicure Grant Management Database System. The team for this project was Wayne Enterprises. It consisted of Ken Mulford and Hannah Layton, who were our primary contacts with Epicure, the community partner for this project. Anna Simmons and Brian Murphy served as the mentors for the development team of this project, and the development team themselves consisted of Waldo Torres, Shane Baba, myself, and Ayati Pandey. Our client is Epicure. They are a food-based nonprofit organization that assists people with food insecurity. It is based here in Northeast Florida, and they help to eliminate food waste and hunger through food resources and distribution, while leveraging senior citizens to teach children how to safely prepare meals, providing them with practical life skills and self-confidence. The problem Epicure faced is that because they apply to so many grants, there is no simple or affordable way for them to store, view, or track the many files and documents involved with grant submissions. And the solution we came up with for this is a user-friendly grant database designed for easy document storage, updates, searches, and submissions. This system utilizes data and server infrastructure while featuring a clear layout that organizes grants by due dates, ensuring timely submissions.
Hi, my name is Ayati, and today I want to introduce to you Epicure's grant management database system that we have built to help grant writers stay organized, on deadlines, in control of their application from start to finish. Epicure is built on 6 core requirements, the first being role-based access. Grant writers and admins only see information that's relevant to their role, and this is enforced both on the UI as well as the database level. The second is a centralized grant record. This is one single place where grant writers can store all information related to a grant. The third one is secure document storage using Azure Blob, where grant writers can save documents related to their grants or other documents that are important and can be used in the future. The fourth one is deadline alerts, automated notifications on the dashboard so that nothing slips through. Fifth one is a reporting dashboard giving a live view of active, pending, and overdue grants. Finally, we have data security through hash credentials and restricted database access. The system is organized around 4 high-level use cases, the first one being login and access management, the second one, grant information management, third one, document management, and the fourth one is trigger notifications, all working together to support the full grant lifecycle. On the access side, the grant writer can securely log in, receive clear error messages, recover password via email. The session will automatically be timed out if the user is inactive. If the user is active, they will stay signed in. There's also role recognition, post-login confirmation, and accessible login page for the managed grant information use case. Grant writers and admin can add, edit, delete, view all the grants in one centralized location. They can also filter grants by name, due dates, categories, completion status, zip code. For the managed document use case, grant writers and admin can upload, delete, and organize all documents in a centralized location. They can add notes, assign document type, edit due dates, update status, and give each file a custom name. Finally, our notification systems keep our grant writers and admin proactive. Alerted when a new grant is added, if there's an upcoming deadline, if there is important information that's missing, as well as a centralized location to make sure that they're not missing any deadlines or overdue grants.
For our architecture and design, we used a full-stack app using Node.js for the backend, React for the front end, and PostgreSQL deployed on Azure. We built with an agile, iterative approach using Jira for project management that helped us add new features gradually, and it also helped with debugging. Our app uses a layered MVC architecture for scalability and maintainability. It features authentication, grant and document management, and admin tools, and it is secured with JWT, bcrypt, and role-based access control. We also used Rational Unified Process, which was iterative, architecture-centric, and use case-driven. Now I will show you our ER diagram so that you can see our overall structure and logic. Here we have the users, and they can edit or manage grants and documents. They can also see FAQs. Grants and documents can also be traced back to the user, as well as login sessions. Users also have access to password resets if they forget their password. However, only admins have access to change grant categories, FAQ categories, and document types. We made good use of Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code. We also used GitHub for version control and used different branches effectively when we needed it. We also used Claude and ChatGPT for boilerplate generation and debugging.
Hello everybody, my name is Shane and I'm going to be going over the account management use case for Epicure's grant management system. So here's our login page. We're going to be signing in as an admin because there's a couple of features that are on the admin side that aren't on the grant writer side. And so this is just saying the password's weak, it's fine. So here's the admin tools section that the grant writers do not see. So we're going to click on that and we're going to focus on the top two. It has invite users and manage users. Manage users is interesting. It allows you to see every single user on the platform, and then also allows you to change the roles of said users. And then if someone leaves the company, for example, you would obviously don't want them to keep access. So you would disable their account right here. And if you would want them back, like let's say they came back for some reason, you would enable it, right? So this is good for security reasons and data preservation on the back end. So invite users is really cool too. The best way to actually invite somebody is just having the admins do it because they know who they're inviting. And so let's just put an email and like set a role. This would go straight to an email. Yep, this would go straight to an email. It'd be right here. And to save time, I'm not going to go through this whole process, but you would copy this code, click this link, and it would take you to fill out a password, right? So that's the admin tool section. My account section has basic information about the user and then also allows you to change your password just in case you feel like yours is too easy to guess or you just want something new, right? And last but not least, when we log out, let's say we forget to log in, we don't know our password, you have forgot your password down here, you would put in your email, ask for a code, very similarly to inviting a user. It would pop up in your email, give you a code again, you would copy it, type it in, and then type in a random password. And then click reset password and it will work and you'll be able to sign in now.
So this is the grants page of the application. Up here you see the various filters you can apply to the different grants in order to make it easier to find specific ones. And you will see filters can be applied on top of each other. And when you sort it by due date, it appears in a date order. So the ones that would be earliest chronologically come first. You can add new grants. And if we look over here, we see it right over here. You can click the grant name itself to come up with this view pop-up to make things easier to read. You can also do a edit of the grant information in case you ever wanted to change anything. And any user can make edits to a grant. However, only admins have the ability to delete grants. And of course, as you can see, it is no longer there. The frequently asked questions page functions the same. It is a CRUD system where you can add, view, edit, and delete the different frequently asked questions, similarly to how you can do those functions for the grants. And if you search, it will search for the terms you type in either the questions or the answers. And you can also sort it by the categories. If you go to admin tools as an admin, you can see that the grant and frequently asked question pages are also given category management that admins can access. And you can also edit and delete these categories.
And I'm going to be demonstrating the documents page. So once you're on the dashboard page or any of the pages on the website, you can navigate to the documents page. Here you have a couple of options. You can click here to upload a document, select a document name, a type, status, due date, if you have any notes you want to add, and then just select any document. I'm just going to select this one for now and hit save. You'll see the document has been added to the list right over here. You can also download the document by clicking on this button, or let's say you want to search for a particular document by document type or by document status. You can also search for a document by its name or by the date. These fields over here also work as filters. Let's say you would like to edit information about a document, for example, the status of this document. You would hit edit and you can update the status. As an admin, you also have option to delete a document. This is something ground writers don't have access to. Now let's say that you want to manage a type of document. You'll notice that here there are only a few types, but what if you want to add a new type? You can navigate to the admin tool page. Again, this is only something an admin has access to. Select the manage document type and just type the document you want to add. I'm just going to say doc for now and hit add. And you'll see it has been added to the list. Now let's say you want to delete one of these types. For example, grant proposal. You'll see that a little red error message is showing that there are two documents related to this type, so you would have to update the documents first before you can delete them.
Now I will demonstrate the dashboard and notification features of this product. If you will look at my screen here, you will see the grants separated into 4 different section cards. In upcoming grants, grants that are due in more than a month will be shown here. In due this week, grants that are due in a week or less will be displayed. In overdue, grants past their due date will be shown here. In due this month, grants that are due in less than a month but not part of the due this week section will be shown. If you go to the bottom, you'll see total grants and grant status. In total grants, you will see the amount of grants that are currently saved in the system. Currently, there are 11 grants. In grant status, you will see grants labeled in different sections and tallied. When you create a grant, you can label it as in progress, complete, submitted, or not started. However, you cannot manually label it as overdue. If you go and add a grant, you will see trigger notifications that show a grant is created, edited, or deleted. It will appear on the upper right corner. And if you go back to the dashboard, you will see that the total grants updated to 12, the in progress number updated to 4, and there is now a new grant in the due this week section. If you click on one of these cards, upcoming grants, due this week, overdue, or due this month, you'll be taken back to the grants page, but filters will be applied and only show the grants from that section.
We believe that the grant management system will benefit Epicure because the whole reason we did this was to help centralize and streamline the whole grant writing process or life cycle. It's definitely been a long journey, been around 10 months, I believe, and we've learned so much, especially in Azure. We've learned so much about the cloud, API endpoints on the back end, and just using front end logic and React. It's been great. Stuffed our brains with a lot of information, but now I think we came out as better professionals. I would like to give a thank you to everybody as well. Obviously to my team, Ayati, Jamie, and Waldo, you guys were amazing. Thank you for working with me. Brian and Anna, you guys taught us a lot and you were always there if we had questions. So really shout out to you guys. Hannah, Ken, and Sunny, you guys were amazing clients. Really appreciate how easygoing you guys were, and you were direct with what you wanted, and hopefully we executed exactly that. And then last but not least, Professor Karthik, thank you so much for being one of the best professors at UNF. Seriously made my senior year great, and I can speak for the rest of the team. It's the same thing. Thank you so much again. This is a project I definitely will never forget, and yeah, have a good day.